Nah, I don't think so.
Now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, My Sister, My Frenemy. It's a sister act as the goddess next door and the devilish diva team up in this action-packed Isis series adventure. Get Isis, My Sister, My Frenemy in paperback and e-readers everywhere.
Better get the cool slower, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, actress Tia Mowry posted a pair of pictures on Instagram that got people talking about the state of her former marriage. Now, in this pair of pictures that Tia Mowry posted on Instagram, she was featured with her ex husband, Corey Hardrick, and their two children, Cree and Cairo, and stated in one of the pictures, "We gon' be alright." And in another picture in that set, she's featured with her arm leaning on Corey Hardrick's thigh. And it's that one picture that has a lot of people speculating that Tia Mowry might possibly be thinking about trying to reconcile with Corey Hardrick after divorcing him last year. Now, last year, Tia Mowry announced that she was going to divorce her husband of 14 years, Corey Hardrick, and wanted to divorce him not because he cheated on her or did anything wrong to her. Her reasons for divorcing Corey Hardrick were all because what she wanted to do was go out here and allegedly have her turn. This is what she stated on social media, such as Instagram, and on mainstream media, she stated that she had graduated from marriage. And as she said she graduated from marriage, she said that God was on her side as she divorced her husband and decided to enter the world of dating. However, a year after being in the social marketplace, we find that God was not on Tia Mowry's side because in the Bible it clearly states that God hates divorce. And as Tia Mowry has entered into the world of dating, she has found herself in a world of pain, having to deal with the slim pickings in the social marketplace for women her age. Because what Tia Mowry was thinking was she never got to experience the world of dating at 18 years old and thought that she was going to experience something that was different out here, not understanding how God had blessed her. No, Tia Mowry, because she didn't appreciate what God blessed her to have in a marriage with Corey Hardrick, wanted to go out here and find out if the grass was greener on the other side with single women, but soon found herself in a situation where she found that the grass looked like shit, smelled like shit, and tasted like shit. And after finding out how crappy the grass was on the side of the single middle aged woman, she's been complaining about how bad things are, not wanting to listen to YouTubers like myself who have been trying to warn her about how bad the world of dating was for an older woman. Because in the world of older women, there isn't much, again, pickings as related to men, because those men who are my age and older, who, because I'm a part of Tia Mowry's generation, most of those men who are of quality character, they are already married, they already have their own families, and the only guys who are remaining in the social marketplace are old pookies with gray in their hair, old Ray Rays with old gray in their beard and down below, and old Romy Rome, who is basically roaming round the clubs in his old MCM jogging suit and his troop sneakers, looking for women to go out here and get with him in exchange for a two-piece chicken dinner from the Arab red and white chicken place. And if he likes them, he'll let them get an apple pie too. Or you got them going to the Chinese restaurant to get a shrimp fried rice and some chicken wings before he take them over to the hotel. gets them to drop the skid mark jockey thong and allow him to put the carbon rod in the atomic waste reactor and participate in some nuclear fusion. And he's taking them to the hotel because mama ain't gonna let no girls in her house. So these are the prospects that Tia Mowry had to deal with in the dating marketplace. And after seeing how slim the pickings are as related to men in the social marketplace, this is why we see Tia Mowry sitting up here hugged up on her husband, Corey Hardrick, who she divorced, and hoping that, oh, if she make him a good meal and tries to be attentive to him, what he'll do is possibly think about reconsidering as related to the relationship she ended. Now, Corey, in this whole situation, the ball is in his court as related to Tia Mowry, who he really, I don't think, should go out here and think about taking this woman back, because that's exactly what she wants him to think about. What she's trying to do here with this Thanksgiving is what many baby mamas go out here and do once they see that the man that they tossed on the street is getting attention from other women. What those women look to do is go out here and look to try to go out here and try to find a way to tempt that man into coming back to a home that she broke up. This is something I saw happen in the South Bronx for many years. A lot of times you would have these women, they would throw a man out the house because they don't want nothing to do with him, because they want to either run their house the way they want, or they don't want the man having any say over them. So what they do is throw the man out thinking, oh, he's nobody, he ain't nothing, he ain't gonna be able to get nobody better than me. And as they're sitting up there thinking all these ideas that this man is so-called worthless, what happens is these women don't understand how much competition is out there for any guy who is halfway decent. And what happens is that after she throws the man out on the street, that's when the other women start checking for him, and some of them start going out here and sympathizing with him. And eventually that other woman winds up taking that man, and that's where they realize that they done fucked up, and that's when they want to go out here and try to coax that man back into the house. Because what happened with Tia Mowry, I believe, is that when she heard that Corey wasn't fazed and was completely indifferent, she started getting scared. And when she heard that Corey went out here and got himself a white girl, this is where Tia Mowry basically got terrified, because what happened was, as related to Corey, in her mind, he leveled up, and she thought she was going to rise to another level above him with another high-value A-list man. But the whole thing was what happened with Corey, because he was in his prime at 42 or 43 years old, working gigs at the CW and in movies. And when he went out here, he was not only able to be in his prime, but he also was able to find possibly a younger, more attractive woman. And as he found this younger, more attractive woman, this is the thing that had Tia's hair going gray in terror, because she saw that her whole plan to say Corey was worthless and was trying to spin the narrative that he was a pookie, it was all getting shattered around her. And as it was getting shattered around her, Corey was out here doing better. He was getting gigs as related to his acting. He was out here starting to rise as a star. And as he was rising as a star, he was starting to get the attention of younger women. And as he was getting the attention of these younger women, Tia was realizing that she wasn't the one who was rising. No, she was the one falling on the road to Bust Downtown. And as she was on Bust Downtown, she was not one finding herself in a place where there was these high-value men. No, again, the only guys there were old pookies who had gray in their hair, old Ray Rays with gray in their beard, and Romy Rome, who was only offering the prospect of two-piece chicken dinners from the Arab red and white chicken place, or offering shrimp fried rice and chicken wings with an apple pie if she was kind of nice. And all the guys who she thought were giving her likes on IG when she was showing off her backside in different pictures and showing herself off in pictures, none of those guys who were dropping all the thirsty comments were looking to check for her in real life, because most of those guys out there, they were basically cyber simps. And as she realized that the cyber simps were not real men, what she realized is that she basically messed up a good relationship with a good man, and now is hoping that she can possibly try to patch things back together, because there is no turn for her. No, all she did was get herself turned out, and as she got herself turned out, she's basically wound up in a place that many black women wind up here in the South Bronx. After they get rid of their man, they wind up in a place where they wind up going from being the number one woman and the center of that man's attention to being pushed to the background, where the guy is there just for the kids because he's basically charged her to the game. And as he's charged her to the game, what he's doing is out here checking for another woman, because that is his right to do, because this woman basically has broken up their marriage as related to adultery. And as you've broken up the marriage to the biblical standard of adultery, which is to lust after another man, what has happened is that man has a right to leave that marriage, and he has a right to go out here and find himself another woman to possibly make his wife. And what happened here with Tia Mowry is, because she walked away from God due to her fears about getting older, what she did was put herself in a situation where she's in the world, and in a world of pain, and she's in this world of pain hoping, oh, maybe I can patch this back together, not understanding the damage she did to her marriage due to her fears about getting older. She was blessed with a good man who was looking to follow the word of God, blessed with a man who was looking to serve God by going out here and staying with the wife of his youth. And she didn't appreciate that because she got caught up in listening to idiot friends and hood rats and other assorted people. And as she listened to these people, they basically took her off the road where God had blessed her, where she didn't have to deal with that horrible dating marketplace. And now she's in a world where she's basically counting down the clock to being in an empty house all by herself. Because what's happened is with Tia is she's thinking she can possibly try to find a way to get this man back, possibly with some home cooking and a little taste of the waste. But the whole thing is she's broken this man's trust and betrayed this man's trust, and that's going to make it where Corey would really need to think twice before he considers even reconciling with this woman. I mean, this woman is one that most men in her age range, like myself, wouldn't want anything to do with, and we wouldn't want anything to do with her because Tia Mowry has shown that she cannot be trusted, and she can't be trusted because if you're trying to build with a woman and she tears down everything you build as related to your relationship, how can you trust her to work with her again? That's the critical question Corey Hardrick needs to ask regarding Tia Mowry. He really needs to ask the question, can he work with this woman again, knowing that she broke his trust? I mean, no other man in that dating marketplace who is a man of character is going to think to consider her for marriage because the way she did Corey, and Tia now knows that her prospects are slim to none, and possibly Corey is about to leave town because the one thing that men look for in a relationship with a woman is trust. And when a woman arbitrarily and unilaterally decides she's going to end a relationship with the man she's involved with, who has not cheated on her, not abused her, not done anything to her except be a good husband and father. That's when men really think twice before getting involved with that woman, because that woman is one that they cannot build a relationship with, because if there is no respect for that man to trust him as a man, then there's no real reason to continue with a relationship, because you can't build with this woman, and anything you build, you have to worry about her yanking the rug out from under you and destroying everything you built together. That's the thing that has most of the men in the social marketplace, like myself, saying, hey, we want nothing to do with this woman, because the main reason we don't want anything to do with this woman is because her values and character are completely compromised. That is the main reason why Tia Mowry can't find a man, even though she said she wanted her turn, and the main reason why she got turned out of the social marketplace, because nobody trusts Tia Mowry, and now that she sees that there are no prospects for her in Bust Downtown, even though she's in the 90% off pile, because most of the guys know about her issue, she now realizes that the other bust downs who are in the 50, 60, 70, even 80% off pile have better chances than she does. That's why she's out here posing with Corey, hoping to get him to be persuaded by the public opinion to think about taking her back. But there's no taking her back after all of her treachery and all of her hubris and everything that she has done. Now, the Bible does say forgive, and yes, it's Corey's choice to forgive her for what she did, but he cannot forget what has been done. And at this point, he has to think about just being a good father to his children, taking care of the children, and being tactful and kind to their mother. That is all Corey can do at this point, as I see it. And because when a woman disrespects you, you cannot allow her to further disrespect you once more. And the only way a man can take his respect is by setting a boundary to let the person who said that they wanted their turn experience everything as related to that turn. And if that turn winds up a loser, let that woman lose, because she didn't think that this man had any value, not understanding that God had blessed you with a good man. That's the whole thing that's happened with Tia Mowry. She never understood that God had blessed her with a good man. She was in a good place that God had established her, but because she went out looking into the world, she wound up back in the world and wound up in a world filled with sinful males, and none of them wanted to be with her. So sadly, Tia Mowry has reaped what she sowed, later than what she sowed, greater than what she sowed, in less than a year. And that's the hard lesson that Tia Mowry is learning as related to this situation. And now, like the prodigal, what she wants to do is hope to come back to Corey, hoping that if he'll take her back, and hoping that if this will work out. That's what she's hoping as related to this whole situation. She's hoping that she can create a covert contract by offering up this man some Thanksgiving turkey and some Thanksgiving coochie that he'll possibly take her back. That's the whole plan here from Tia Mowry with these pictures. She's trying to put some scotch tape and some glue on her broken family and hoping that she can fix this break before it winds up cracking her entire life completely apart. Now, if you want to learn why women like Tia Mowry wind up becoming single for the rest of their lives, you can pick up my book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find Why 70% of Black Women Are Single at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to learn why many women like Tia Mowry oftentimes wind up on a road of dysfunction, You can also pick up my book, The Woman Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Woman Crisis at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And if you want to pick up a fun book about sisters, you can pick up Isis, My Sister, My Frenemy on Amazon as well. And if you want to see me make more videos taking celebrities to the barbecue, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed, all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today. Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book, The Man Crisis, comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.